Hello, everybody. I'm Kazm Vulfhart, aka King Kazm, whatever you want to call me, and welcome to Genshin Impactum. I don't believe I will have a host today because the host is currently entertaining guests. Well, I don't believe I'll have a co-host, I should say that. But I was told to go ahead and finish off Fontaine. And I will for the most part because I kind of need to... Come on. Like, I need to finish this frickin' event quest, which has 9 days left, but I can't because of the damn location it's in. Which is here. So we'll go ahead and finish this off. Get all that out of the way. Oh, I do have some pulls to do. I've actually been doing these off camera. Well, I say off camera. I've been recording them, but like I haven't been pulling anything except maybe one more Layla. And then if the footage isn't like worth showing, I don't show it, obviously. I can do this though. And pray. My luck's been bad lately for pulls, which is annoying.
Sure is buzzing with activity today. Halt! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Neuvillette did say you'd be welcome at any time.
You're lucky you're adorable.
Excuse me. Would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. You can see yourselves in. Everyone's so busy. Seems a lot has been happening.
Everything's going to hell. The previous god is a jerk.
Neuvillette!
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters I must tend to first. In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside know.
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
That clock's not moving. That clock is broken. Time is illusion. Bye, gold. Bye!
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh,
Today
giant
should be
slushy.
the day you were released from the fortress of Meripede. And it appears that you have managed to complete all the release paperwork.
Yay, paperwork.
We came here to see you right away.
A massive whale.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
A massive whale.
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea.
Man, it's a good thing Child's
Of
not
that
freaking
size and shape
Fontanian.
cannot usually be found in the waters of Tevat. Therefore, we can only assume
All my
the
wires
child
are-
is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
All my wires are wrapped. Give me a minute.
Primordial seawater? What the hell?
I will make commentary after I'm done. That's what I said.
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself.
A thought occurs to me. Neuvillette is Fontanian, but he's also... what'd they call him? Dragon Sovereign? Of water. So, would he be affected the same way as other Fontanians with the Primordial Sea? I'm so curious.
Yes? What is it?
Oh, right. Paimon felt it too. We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
Oh, that's not good.
The water levels rose? Oh no! What about all the people there?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time and have already returned to normal.
Well, that's good.
However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole phenomenon.
So basically like a dam
The
broke.
change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, and the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her!
Sorry, I'm... Is that on my end? Give me a second. I need to test something. It's on my end. Okay. It's... Sorry, the stream... The stream on one of my windows was doing weird stuff. Weird jittery stuff, and then I looked at my phone and I realized, oh no, it's my laptop. Never mind, we're good. We're good.
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there to check on the situation once I finish things here.
I love how there's no real, like, villains in this entire story for the most part.
Nothing to lose. Let's get going!
But everything feels so tense regardless.
Please be careful.
Kind of feels like a Godzilla movie in that regard. One of the old, like, Heisei era Godzilla movies. Where the threat is basically the environment, i.e. Godzilla. And not the people themselves. Although Godzilla 2, King of the Monsters, I think it was. The 2016 version. They did have bad people in that one, which kind of was good, but also kind of sucked. Like, personally speaking, I like Heisei era and Millennium era Godzilla. Both are some of my favorites. Especially Heisei. Wait, is Heisei the one with... I think Heisei is the one with Magirna and all them. Absolutely adore it. One of my favorite Godzillas.
Oh no! What happened here?
Shit flooded.
Navia should be around here, right? We need to make sure she's still... We haven't seen a single soul all the way here. Oh, this is getting scary.
Indeed.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone on the roof over
How did we not see him the first time?
Just stay put. We're coming up. Watch your balance.
All right, just hurry.
And he's off.
I'm not young anymore. How will I survive on my own?
Oh.
My Desiree.
He looks pretty sad.
That's... dark.
My leg. My leg. How could this have happened? It hurts.
Just hang in there. Help is on the way. You can hold my hand if it makes you feel better.
This is upsetting and sad. So let's talk more about Godzilla. Actually, Godzilla singularity point, I think it is. It's the more recent one. That Godzilla looks really weird. He's got a really massive, like, lower jaw. It's disturbing, almost.
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as quickly as we could.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
We lost somebody. I'm sad. I don't think it was Silver.
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety, but we've run out of medical supplies.
He's wounded? How badly?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof. Once the water receded and he saw the ground, he became terrified and eventually...
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right. You'll be in charge. I'm sorry. Where were we?
Did we lose Silver or...
This situation...
Right. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded on an aquabus. But before we knew it, the rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater. Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water, leaking from somewhere. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape.
Okay, so that's already
As
sad.
the water levels rose, they suddenly disappeared. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher ground. Many were injured in the stampede, and some people fell from significant heights. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. Fortunately, the water began to recede after some time, and the chaos came to an end. The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of Poisson are still hazardous. To ensure everyone's safety, I've asked the people there to leave as soon as possible. No one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now is try our best to help evacuate the residents. We still haven't completed the head count, but we'll have some numbers soon.
How awful.
They really captured the feeling of a natural disaster happening in real life, too.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened was a bad dream.
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this. You don't know how much it means to me.
Show me my boys now, please. I'm
I
terrified.
can't express how grateful I am.
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here!
Am I losing Silver? No.
Sorry. I need to go for now.
And off she goes. Seems it might be...
Okay, the wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary head count. More support has just arrived, so I suppose I finally have a moment to focus on my... Of course, we should remain ready for anything, and continue doing our best to rescue others. I'll be sure to have everyone at the Spina di Rosula ready to render... Traveler, Paimon, would you two accompany...
Huh? Right now?
Thank you.
Am I losing Silver? No. Not my boys. Oh. If this is a freaking bait and switch, I'm gonna be so angry. There it is. Just trying to figure out where the path was when I couldn't. Oh my goodness, where is her father's grave? I'm doing. Ole.
Bring it.
I saw that A pose, damn it. This has gotta be a pain in the butt to walk to.
Here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson, Paimon doesn't think there'd be a ton of people here visiting graves.
Right. That's how things are now. The living are so exhausted that they've no strength to spare any words for the dead.
Why does this hit home so badly?
Navia? Navia, what's wrong?
Sorry. I just... Malus and Silver. They won't ever come back here again.
That sucks.
What should I do,
I
Papa?
love them both. No.
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but still... I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time, and they were caught in the seawater.
What should we do?
I've known them for so long, and I know they weren't afraid. But I could at least hold a funeral for my father, and I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just gone. I just can't.
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even have a picnic. He wouldn't be angry, would he?
How could Master ever be upset with you, demoiselle? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not? Everyone ends up here sooner or later, no matter who you are.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, demoiselle.
Hey, stop joking around.
I'm quite serious. That way, it'll save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you, demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
This is sad.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. All right. I'll remember your requests. But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I had to visit you two somewhere else. I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I am breaking that promise. I'm sorry for letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry, really.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But, well, she understands how you feel.
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me.
This is very close to home.
Accomplished with someone else's help.
I don't like that.
Have helped me so much. But by contrast, I could do nothing for them. I'm so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
Thank you. Right now, you don't know how much that means. By the way, you can have a look at this. It's a list of victims from the incident that took place here.
Obena, Khan, Burnett, Giverny, Francine, Karina, Daisy Ray, Joinville, Jolienne, Esson, as well as Malus and Silver. So, everyone else is safe. But still...
It's okay. I know what you're thinking.
I have no words, only pain.
We lost Malus and Silver. But we were able to save more than we anticipated. The overall outcome indicates that the cost was worth it.
No. Never have that attitude. Never.
One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure, but that isn't something we should ever consider a trade.
I agree with Paimon on this.
Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone. They're heroes.
I'm with Paimon on this.
Thank you, Paimon. What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually. I'll remember your words.
Common Paimon W. Despite being emergency food.
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
Arlie, why are you here?
The knave? What are you doing here?
Is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground. As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you very much.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. That doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that a Fatui Harbinger would come looking for me. Thanks to the knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations. I hear that they've also prepared a large amount of emergency supplies. I'm quite surprised.
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill. You've witnessed that firsthand, in any case. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to prevent the impending disaster. Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity. Perhaps one day, you'll also be able to help me in the same way.
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties. I won't forget your kindness.
Furthermore,
I want to see a cutscene with all of that.
I only wish that my people could have arrived a little earlier to prevent this from happening.
I want to see a cutscene of the Fatui coming in and saving people.
Don't say that. You and your subordinates did everything you could. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price paid for other salvation. They chose to become heroes themselves. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying some noble-sounding words. But right now, there's nothing more suitable. They really did become heroes.
You're right. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Navia. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that people always say that prophecies represent fate. Fortunately, I've never been one for such opinions.
So, you're one who will try to change fate, then?
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of, and the children need my attention. By the way, Traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't right. Paimon thought you would ask us to walk with you for a moment so you could tell us something in private.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Navia listening in. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance. You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the fortress of Maripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. These are both signals. Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you.
I'm engrossed in the story, by the way.
Investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times, and seem to be worth investigating in many ways. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation is becoming more urgent, so any pertinent information will prove extremely precious. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck. And at present, we're all busy prioritizing the rescue.
So that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to assist affected residents. Linny told me that outside of the house, the person they trust most is you, which is why I want to give you this task. The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such, even though you are not from the house. I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship with you to be.
Oh, that somehow makes Paimon feel kinda happy.
I am Paimon right now. What the hell?
The ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's only natural that I freely share it with you.
Got it. So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right? We can handle that.
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins? You need to rest.
While that is a very reasonable suggestion, Paimon, there's also a big issue. Primordial seawater is everywhere. What the fuck?
Well, I'm sad, yes. But I can't just go back and plop myself into a chair by the roadside and do nothing. There's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. As my father's successor, I must live up to the hopes he had in me. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself. I need something...
We all process in our own ways, I understand.
to keep my mind off Malus and Silver.
I'm sorry, checking YouTube.
Since you put it that way, I have no objections. What do you say, Traveler? All right. The ruins are to the south of Poisson.
Okay, the three of us will handle it. Come on, let's pack up and get going.
Give me a second, I need to complain to somebody. Oh, that is a distance. Yeah. I had to let somebody know that I am depresso. Because my boys that drowned. I'm sorry. I know it's a cop-out. I really kinda hope that there's a... oh, they were dead, but now we brought them back to life moment. And I 100% understand why a lot of people do not like that trope. Because it shows that the writer is afraid to, you know, off a character. But like, my goodness, those were good people. Why couldn't you do that to a Fatui bitch?
Ruins the Knave
They seem to be pretty ancient, all right.
Let's go in and have a look.
Just be careful.
Okay. Oh, right, because I switched him out because I was traveling around. I forgot. I was going around Inazuma on the Fog Island doing that world quest again, and I completely forgot that I switched to Auroron for easier maneuvering. Oh wow, this is a this is straight up a mansion. Like, hi, Hilitrolls. Y'all are looking nice and fine and dandy. What you doing here today?
Think you can bully me? Diana special.
Overruled.
Okay, now we be a problem child. Oh, lag. What's happening? Okay, we fixed it. Oh, I just had to walk on it.
Here isn't safe.
Oh, sorry. I have been slowly working on getting Diona and everybody kind of caught up. But stuff happened, so my mood was kind of like all over the place. Made it very difficult to kind of do any of the proper farming.
This place has also been contaminated by primordial seawater.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontanian would most likely dissolve the moment they fell in.
Right. You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous, and it won't be any help for you to just stay here. Don't get by my wrong. We're not saying you're useless. It's...
No, you're right. I can't do anything in this situation. I'll leave this to you.
Oh. Shit.
That complicates things. Maybe the only way left is forward.
In that case, do you want to wait for us here?
The water levels here are unstable, and there's a chance the water will rise. So, staying here wouldn't be safe either. I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up.
All right. Come with us for...
I am tempted.
Oh no, it's a dead end. Let's try climbing over from the side.
Okay. So obviously, if Arle touches it, something happens. What happens when... Oh, it's every character. Okay. I mean, lame, but understandable. Like, the amount of programming that would take is kind of a hassle and a half. Which way to go? This way. I'm also trying to get the spear for deathmatch, I think it is. Did I switch her spear? No, I still have infusion needle. I wanted to give her a fully upgraded death. That's what I was forgetting. I was trying to remember what I was trying to upgrade, and I forgot it. It was this one. But yeah, I'm trying to upgrade this thing's skill because I want to give her deathmatch. It seems better suited for her in general. Especially for boss fights. Because most boss fights don't summon minions except for Oceanid. What other enemy summons? I know I've fought bosses that have done it.
Wait, there's something wrong with this.
Run for it! Not the primordial seawater. Are we gonna find out that she's not Fontanian? That'll be a hell of a twist. Made sure that your mother and I had you in, like, Natlin or something.
Demoiselle?
Huh?
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
Maybe she just wants some time to herself, Malus.
Hmm? Oh. Was I sleeping?
Yes, it would appear so.
I must be tired.
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh, right. I nearly forgot. It must have slipped my mind when I dozed off. I haven't had a nap today yet. This is a familiar feeling, yet something's a little
Oh my
strange.
goodness, having a dream like this is so weird, where, like, you're reliving a memory, but everything feels like you're going through, like, deep water.
No, I'm
Or
fine.
jello or something like
I
that.
was just trying to recall why we came out for a walk.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who had a debt dispute with him, and we'd resolved the matter not long ago.
We were headed to see how things were going with him at the moment.
Ah, right. Yes. I remember now.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus. And Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you.
How have you been?
I was about to say, some of them have the watery effect over them, but now I've seen Navia has it too.
Merchants finally realized that I wasn't the one they were looking for. Why, I wasn't even the guarantor for that person.
So weird.
They were knocking at my door day and night. Even my neighbor Obina was getting fed up with them.
Sometimes force is required to calm someone down and get them to listen to what you have to say.
Ain't that the truth?
That's right. Oh, by the way, Burnett, what was it that you wanted to give to Miss Navia
Aren't
again?
all these people who fell into the water?
One moment, I have it right here. Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. They're a very good variety, and they'll become very big and beautiful once they bloom. I don't know what we would have done without your help, so this is a...
Did you cultivate them yourself? Thank you so much. I'll certainly take them. Malus, we do still have some empty flower pots at home, right?
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants for some of Mrs. Burnett's flowers.
Very well.
Wait. Something seems to be off here. Excuse me, madam. If I'm not mistaken, your name is Burnett, correct?
That's right. Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. This is the first time we've ever met, but your name seemed familiar to me. I must have heard it when I was discussing things with your husband previously. I've heard this name before. Sometime recently, I'm sure of it. And why are there so few people around here? Where did everyone go?
Is this what they're...
The time, demoiselle. We still have important things to attend to today.
Is this where their minds and consciousness goes?
Like what?
Whenever they fall into the primordial sea?
Well, now, did you forget?
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you. Please, come to the Opera House. Your trial is about to begin.
My trial? Wait, why would I need to go to the Opera House?
Yes, she's right, demoiselle. It's just about time now.
Oh?
This is trippy. This is trippy. This is triptastic.
Look, it's Navia. She's here.
And her 2 attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
Sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly... Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen.
I was wondering why they had us read the freaking paper, and I forgot it was Chekhov's gun.
Do I have no recollection of this? And as for the judge... Huh?
Please sit in the defendant's seat. Don't worry, Silver and I shall accompany you.
All right.
Oh, this is her processing her guilt, isn't it?
Behind me?
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but...
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on. Do they have any idea what they're doing?
Serious.
Enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Neuvillette is? And
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? In that case, allow me to as all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rosula.
She's processing her guilt, I think, in the Primordial Sea.
After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need reached out to you for help, you responded. Not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the Spina di Rosula fought for the well-being of those in Poisson.
wait a moment. Aren't you just proving that I'm a good person?
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get through so many difficulties. You are one with us. We are inseparable. We are one big family. All of us who are from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so important, we couldn't possibly do without you. Therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you shall stay here. You will be together with us forever.
Huh? Everything you have said is correct. I have indeed done a lot for my hometown, and I would be willing to be with you all, but what is the purpose of having me stand here like this?
Ah, well, if that's what you think, then I have no further comments.
How wonderful, Miss
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now. Yes, I get it. This trial is...
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's guilty!
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us.
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mistress Ronville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master Callus couldn't stop her.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely acted as an individual, extending her hand to help others. Please do not mistake her actions as being otherwise.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontanians here.
Is this what everybody goes through in the Primordial Sea?
Of Hydro. Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact that her beautiful soul must return to everyone. Water accepts all, blends with all. It will surely accept her kindness. Everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro, and in the end, everyone shall meld together. Thus, when a unanimous opinion emerges, that opinion represents justice. Now, I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay. We and Navia are one.
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. You are merely jealous that Demoiselle still has a chance to exist as an individual. Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals, to become independent?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
Hey, this took a dark turn.
Justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. Silver and I shall defend Demoiselle, and that is how we will enforce justice.
My head...
Demoiselle.
Silver, it hurts. My head is spinning. All I can see is stars swirling in front of me. I remember now. Everything that seemed odd from the very beginning. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid, and don't admit guilt. We will protect you to the very end.
I never knew Silver had a ponytail.
Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority, and in the nation of trials, the majority is absolute justice.
Is the Primordial Sea what hands off the verdict?
Don't let them escape. We shall keep Navia here with us.
From the Mechanese?
Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just.
Oh, that wasn't how she ended.
Belongs to us. After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying?
No more excuses.
Is that where Oceanids come from?
We're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us.
Miss Navia, she...
Silence.
Oh, hello.
That's... Monsieur Neuvillette.
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
Our thanks, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Go on now, Demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place. What, can't bear to leave us behind or something?
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that this shall be our last goodbye.
Ah!
Malus. Silver.
Quickly, you must come now.
Goodbye, Demoiselle.
Farewell.
I am sad. I am sad and depresso.
No, wait! Just a second!
Navia?
You're awake. Good.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were defending me at some insane trial.
It looks like you're all right.
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare? Paimon could give you a hug.
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you falling toward the water. You were just about to be dissolved within, but I...
What is it?
I think I saw two Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second, but they gave me the chance to retrieve you.
Oh.
Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to rescue you before you...
He is immune. Okay, that answers my question.
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened with Vache?
Perhaps those two Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me. To think that they'd keep doing so even after death.
I know, right?
Please come with me.
Can we not leave her alone?
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right. Perhaps there's something we could chat about?
Why do you look so stiff all of us? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels awkward when there's nothing to talk about, right?
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to herself.
Huh? Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think it's even more awkward to call us over like this and then have nothing to talk about?
I suppose so. Ah, Sigewinne. I hope all is well with her these days. Her work in the fortress of Meropide has not been too much for her, has it?
Neurolet is the awkward dad. I love it.
Fine down there. She's an amazing head nurse.
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sigewinne would need a lot of time to understand the world of humanity, just as I have.
Oh, and the Duke also says hi. Even though Sigewinne made him do that. He hopes that you haven't been overwhelmed by all that's happened lately.
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope that everything is going well in the fortress of Meropide.
He still doesn't know what to talk about. Let's chat about something else then.
You're the expert here, Paimon. What should we talk about?
So, Neverlet, you're probably quite the swimmer, huh?
Yes, of course.
This isn't going anywhere. Let's try something else. How did you find these ruins? Did the knave tell you?
This is a proper
Yes,
line of
in
questioning.
fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. They had even transported a large quantity of supplies to the area. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the knave, and we had a chat. She informed me that she had asked you to investigate the ancient ruins here.
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you, but we thought you might still be busy with all those official documents. We didn't think exploring the ruins would take very long, and who would have thought you'd wrap things up so quickly?
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
I'm gonna be honest. I really love when a character like Neuvillette, who comes off as like super serious and stoic, has like a positive emotion to their voice. It feels so refreshing. I can't enter the achievement room. Shit. Goodbye. I really hope they don't put fucking Skirk or the Sarita with Sitlali. I would really love to pull Sitlali, but not have to choose between one or the other. I need to lower your elemental defense again. Okay, goodbye. Donda Kondala. Not the gondola.
Oh no, another unstable path. Watch your step.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm okay. The way she skates sideways is so weird. Why are there so many hilichurl? You okay, bud? There we go. I think if I were to get to see Lolly, I'd switch Xingque. Because I notice I'm overlapping a lot of... freaking Sheila with the long jump. Oh, there's a chest here. Oh. This is a lovely room.
Bring it! Hear the echoes of the valley! Rain outlines your fate. Witness the...
Shake it faster! Think you can bully me?
And I don't think I ever talked about like why Sitlali works really well with RLA. So obviously, Sitlali has the shields, like Diona does. But Sitlali's shields apply constant cryo, which is kind of what Jinque's ult does. Although actually keeping Xingque would probably cause more freeze to happen, which would cause the melt to trigger more. So maybe that's a better option. I'm not sure yet. I have to experiment, but I can't experiment without Sitlali. I'm excited for Natlin. Well, if I remember what Jester told me, Natlin is very short. Well, not very short, but short at the moment. We are currently at the interlude. In terms of releases, and I'm excited for it. I messed up.
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden spaces in the vicinity.
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
This is such an odd group of people.
Stone slates? It seems like they were put here as an offering. Could we take them down and have a look?
Perhaps we should just leave them be for now.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that should be in the first empty spot is missing.
Also destroyed.
The surrounding walls also show signs of damage.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed. I shall record the history of its future here in its past. Say what?
I'm with you, Paimon. What the hell? Haha, I castrated that man.
Someone left these slates and these words here for a purpose. But does he mean that Fontaine should be destroyed?
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slate's contents correspond to it. Take the second slate, for example.
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same. She's facing this... what is this? Some kind of island in the sky?
And is that Lady Farina in the third image? Did the Hydro Archon fall into the water?
And is that a ring of people around her? Paimon doesn't quite get it. Are they all in the water?
The fourth image. I know this one. This exactly matches the content of the prophecy.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne.
Sorry, I'm getting comfortable. Meh, 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 meh.
More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it, most likely due to us missing the first slate. I am very sorry.
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette. Deciphering ancient stone slates isn't one of your duties.
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at these slates. This says that it's the history of the future, right? That means the prophecy's sure to come true.
I really hope it doesn't mean that.
Still, Paimon feels like these images are kind of weird when you look at them together.
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the fourth, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the third, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the third image. That means that the person in the second image might be the previous Hydro Archon.
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records. The previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Did she herself commit that sin? And if not, why would she be in such a posture? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents, could this place be the origin of the prophecy? Does that mean that someone, or some people, once saw these slates?
But who would have created these slates and left these words here?
It seems that any further clues will have to come from Farina.
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing else to be gained here, so let's head back first.
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
See, obviously, like, not spoiling anything, but basing, like, the fact that we can use these characters. I don't think a lot more people are gonna get, you know, got. Is there a character that was killed in the story that we can use? I don't remember.
Let's split up here. I'm going to check on what's happening with the Spina. You know how it is. There's some things you just need to be there for yourself.
You still have energy for that, Navia? Paimon's already beat.
I love that freaking Nouvelette's hair is like a claw.
Just head back to the Vulfhart and have a rest then. Thanks for keeping me company all this time.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Rest well, everyone. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning to ask about the stone slates. I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office. I will share the results of our discussion with you.
Are you really gonna talk to her about this directly? Will that be a problem? Paimon's getting a little scared now that it's come to this.
She has long been harboring secrets, and will not give them up easily. Which makes it all the more my duty to ensure that she understands the present situation.
Okay, but is this like a freaking Pink Diamond scenario where she forced Pearl not to be able to talk at all? Also, freaking sidebar, I absolutely hate Pink Diamond.
Traveler, Paimon.
From Steven
Our
Universe,
safe
I mean.
house at the Vulfhart is always open to you as ever.
How far am I in?
So please
Okay, I can
don't
say.
think you're in
Pink
a
Diamond is
position-
an absolute coward of a bitch.
All right.
I'm gonna throw
I'll
a
be on
fit
my
and
way
then
then.
blame and then like frame the gems that were protecting me that I've decided to live with for God's knows how long, and basically cause an all-out war and corruption and shit like that. And I'm just like, huh? And then I'm gonna put all of that responsibility on my child.
Welcome back. We've got a special menu.
Yay! And there's good food too! Navia, no, the boss is... Ooh, desserts! Nice, these are all Paimon's! Paimon's already starting to forget what happened today.
Oh, that voice. Is that who I think it is?
Who in hell's have I for you? Mona, right?
It's you two. What are you doing in Fontaine?
I didn't do your story quest. I feel like maybe I should have.
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll
I've
meet
never
on the
seen
road.
gameplay of Mona, actually.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're not a Fontanian, are you, Mona?
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll when I bumped into you.
quite unexpectedly, if I might add.
I like her outfit.
Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a Mondstatter surname?
Mondstatter.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that the first step to being a great astrologist's pupil was to change that name. There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, however, Magistus is not the name of some ancient house or clan.
It isn't?
Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means great.
Great Mona.
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name. Wait, are you gonna have to put that into your genealogy as well?
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one. Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Whoa, that's a long one. Does it also mean great or something?
Very great.
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice-as-great Scholar of the Stars. Just take it as a title specific to astrologists.
My head hurts.
That's so petty.
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Magistus, actually, but when she took me in, she changed her name to Trismegistus.
Petty.
Talk about excessive.
Petty.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname. It's all right if you don't get it. You can look into it further should you need to study astrology more deeply.
That sounds terrible!
I love it.
But anyway, you're not Fontanian, are you, Mona? You're from Mondstadt, right?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dornman Port, and I traveled with the old hag for a while, after which I settled down.
Her
in
teacher is
Mondstadt
being
City.
called the old hag, and I absolutely love that.
Good thing then. At least we know you won't be dissolved by Fontaine's waters.
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? I know you're not a local, but I'd avoid getting too close to any water that looks strange all the same. There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel and speak about the circulation of the prophecy as an astrologist. The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected Fontaine to be in this much trouble.
What do you make of that prophecy, Mona? Just tell us what you think as an astrologist. Your word would go a long way to make things more certain and less scary.
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine, even that of all Tevat. Ascertaining this is akin to reading the fortune of the whole world. I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an astrologist, but a visionary. But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the world. Disregarding it would be a mistake.
See, that's the one thing I don't like about this
Sounds
prophecy is that, like, if you look at Fontaine's structuring, in terms of land,
The old hag could do
in order for it to be flooded by primordial sea, it would have to reach
do something similar.
Sumeru and Liyue and flood those areas. Not a lot of those areas.
Are you sure? All right, I'll help you. It isn't often that I see you with such a serious look on your face.
Thanks, Mona. You're amazing.
Oh, well, this is something only I can do after all.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you. Of all the people we know, you know the stars the best.
Indeed, indeed.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to inform the Spina di Rosula.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive any news, I'll be sure to come
I
by
suppose
you.
I should do Mona's story quests next time I do story
It's
quests.
rushing water. And here we are with the Spina guy giving us suspicious looks. Right, but we were able to recruit Mona's help, didn't we? Our Fontanian friend. Good morning. To be honest, I'm still feeling. But it's time to get up, traveler. We agreed to go see Neuvillette, so let's.
Okay, so I'm going to very, very quickly get this out of my way. No, not that one. Event quest, event quest, event quest, event quest, this one. I'm pretty sure if I get this out of the way, at least until I'm out of it, I should be fine to finish off Fontaine. I just want to get this out of the way, and hopefully I won't have to come back.
Bring it.
Hey everyone, we're here!
Let this run out.
Oh, hey, my little dudes! Good morning! Oh, wow! Cuckoo's learned a new greeting! Is that good news or bad news, though?
I love it.
Sorry, I did everything within my power. But so far, I've only managed to teach him how to say good morning.
Wait, so that's all you've been up to this whole time?
Raya.
Huh? Okay, so good mornings aside, please tell Paimon there's been some other progress too.
Of course. That's why I'm here. Kukuku's not the only one that Mr. Ridesley's been getting to talk. I'm referring, of course, to the convicts.
It was nothing. These guys weren't exactly tough nuts to crack.
So, what's the deal?
Slushy.
After racking their brains, they remembered speaking to an inconspicuous middle-aged man just as they were preparing to pack up and leave Natlan. He was dressed in the manner of the Children of Echoes and carrying a box. Plus, the description matches the one the gun was found in. All in all, he didn't look any different from your average Natlanese traveler.
Natlanese.
Perhaps seeing that they were dressed as merchants, this man stopped for a chat, inquiring where their goods were headed, and even asking if they could share a boat.
I feel like Natlander is better.
The smugglers were very cautious, though. They didn't tell him any specifics. But all this happened before I crossed paths with them. I happened to notice them as they were preparing to set sail. I thought they looked shady, so I snuck aboard, and ended up being carried along all the way to Fontaine.
Damn. This man goes out of his way to do his job, and it's scary. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Hiya, Hal. You're an idiot. Okay, does this knock me out of the office?
Boss, do we know if those Fontanians will even like this stuff? What if we can't shift it?
And that's why we call you a rookie. It's all supply and demand, kid. Supply and demand. Natlan's foreign trade is just starting to lift off. There'll be a market for it, you'll see.
That's right. So stop giving the boss trouble, rookie. Just do your job and keep an eye on the goods.
Are they merchants? Have they come to Fontaine to do business? Scarred face. Calloused hands.
Those hands look
Closer
smooth as
inspection,
fuck.
The fabric looks worn at the knees and elbows, and his fingernails are dirty. Not exactly your typical merchant. Could he have previously been a warrior? Or even an adventurer? Something feels off. I'd better sneak up and get a closer look.
Oh no, I'm playing as Kinich.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been too slow, whereas the smaller ones would have been faster but way too bumpy. If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent grafting away would have gone up in smoke.
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare? And why would they need to transport it with such care? Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan? I'll need to find a way to get to the bottom of this.
I can throw rocks. Here is the thing.
Let's go hear what these criminals have to say for themselves. Sure enough, there are relics inside the box. It's illegal to smuggle such items outside Natlan.
I'm being stealthy.
Hey, why the long face? You're abroad on business, and you get to do some sightseeing while you're at it. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. You better cheer up if you know what's good for you.
Interesting story
I guess
for an
you're
event
right.
quest.
I was just worried I might have messed up with the packing, or that something's gonna go wrong along the way.
Oh, pull yourself together. Tons of foreign tourists come traveling to Fontaine. I bet their luggage is full of all kinds of weird stuff.
Yes, like ancient relics.
If someone insists
Or
on
guns.
checking it all, just show them the purchase order we had drawn up. Those Fontainians can't get enough of their legalese, so I've heard. They can look all they want.
Aha. So their aim is to smuggle in contraband after all. Looks like I've gathered enough intel about the smugglers and their contraband. Time to inform port security.
Natlanese.
That was when I went and told the Fontainian guards about my suspicions. After an investigation and a chase, they finally apprehended them and sent them on their way.
Well, guess they're headed exactly where they should be.
Thanks.
Based on your recollections just now.
I was completely focused on those smugglers at the time, so I wasn't really paying attention to other passersby.
Yeah, Kanish, you did great.
In other words, the person who brought the gun here, the one who lost it, has no connection to the smugglers whatsoever. They were working entirely on their own.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Sounds like Mr. Kakuku wants to chime in?
He said this elusive individual's actions are positively mystifying.
It's a good observation. I quite agree. However, we still know
What?
next to nothing about the person. Perhaps we should start by focusing on the lost item
I
itself.
forgot he can understand him.
It certainly seems like it was the bait in some kind of trap. The only question is, why wasn't the bait made more conspicuous?
Has something sprung to mind?
I just remembered a film I watched this one time.
Huh? Oh, wow. No way, bro.
Hold on, let me explain. Just now, the traveler speculated that this box might have been placed there on purpose, as if the intention was for someone to come pick it up. That got me thinking about those films about kidnapping cases. When they demand their ransom, the kidnappers tell the victim's family to leave money or valuables at a designated spot for someone to come pick up.
That doesn't merely happen in films. There have been similar cases in real life.
Oh.
In fact, if anything, it's probably the real-life events that inspired the
Oh, it's
films.
payment.
Sounds plausible.
Wait. This raises the stakes to a whole new level. If the gun really was some kind of ransom, then since we took the box, the kid, does that mean they executed the hostage?
I agree. I don't believe we have a kidnapping on our hands. Selling off stolen goods is extra work that most kidnappers would want to avoid. Unless they're after something very specific, they tend to just ask for cash. Could we be dealing with a kidnapper who's dead set on getting their hands on an ancient dragon handgun? It's not impossible, but the likelihood is very slim. We can discount that possibility for now. And speaking of selling stolen goods, don't you think this looks more like a transaction?
So, bottom line, this was an individual smuggler at work.
Exactly. And it was the location itself that caused the deal to fall through. The last thing they would have expected was for a quiet beach to turn into a bustling film convention overnight. Not only is the area now packed with tourists, but the Spina di Rasula have a presence there. I'll bet that both parties were completely caught off guard.
That sounds like a plausible theory, but how do we verify it?
Looks like your people better start rolling up their sleeves.
How so?
Easy. Just follow the usual procedure by putting up a lost and found notice. The more routine we make it seem, the more likely the suspect will come forward to claim it. Even if they send a proxy, we're liable to get our hands on new leads. And timing-wise, it's about time we updated the bulletin board anyway. All we need now is a lucky gestionnaire to write up the notice for us post-haste.
Ah, so that's what you meant by rolling up their sleeves. In that case, I may as well write it myself. Delegating this to someone else would require an additional explanation.
Huh. Or are you just not used to asking others to work overtime?
Is that really a major concern here?
Well, looks like I won't be needed around here. At least until the notice is...
You could always wait here if you like. The Palais Mermonia serves a particularly fine cup of tea, if that swings it for you.
Thanks, but no thanks. I left a very noisy creature with a friend before heading out, so I should probably get back to feed it.
Ah, I wasn't aware that you had a pet, Mr. Kanich. Speaking of pets... Yep, that's the plan. Out of here, indeed.
I believe that what Wriothesley is trying to say is, you are free to leave, Mr. Kukuku. Furthermore, it has been determined that Mr. Kukuku should not, in fact, be classified as a flying object. As such, he shall be free to move around Fontaine whenever he so pleases.
You're the best, bro. Oh, that really is good news. Travelers, should we bring...
I shall leave him in your capable hands. Indeed.
Okay, if this continues... Okay, so I gotta leave and then come back, I think? Yeah, that's the interlude chapter. And this is the one I want. Yeah, still part of Whirling World. So if I leave, and then I should be able to come back? Or is it still going to count it because technically speaking it's in the same area? It's still in the same area. Even though it's not in the same damn area. In fact, it's very far away from the main damn area. Oh, right, I need to do something here. I absolutely almost forgot. I wanted to activate Fontaine's
Thank you for
thing. And now I think that's all of them, too. Okay, where am I going? Over here.
how.
What? What now?
Let's shake hands.
Fine by me. Get ready for a knuckle sandwich!
Oh, nice.
Paimon feels strangely inclined to keep a safe distance. Did you miss me, bro?
Cuckoo, you're free!
Not you again. Nope, didn't miss you in the slightest.
Hey, Gramps. And hey, Paimon and Kanich. It's good to see you all. Thanks for bringing Kukuku back.
Get it away! Get it away from me! Nice to meet you, bro. Who are you calling bro? Say that again to my face! I dare you.
If you've got the energy to argue this much, you're clearly not hungry yet. Let's go find something to eat while a How lives his best life.
Poor How. He spent all day being tormented by Auroron, only to discover that the suffering's just begun.
Aoife, as a Saurian vet, how can you just sit back and watch our little dragon bro—
Huh?
Even hear yourself? Doesn't anyone want to hear how Kukuku got out of jail?
Kukuku. Paimon's right. Nobody cared.
Don't lose hope, How. By the same standard, you have freedom of movement now, too. You're still in the game?
Same standard? I will not be held to the same standard as that thing!
That's right. You won't. As far as I understand, the Palais Mermonia will want to assess your case on its own merits before they grant you freedom of movement.
Where's that Saurian meat restaurant again? I'm gonna march that little pink balloon right into the kitchen!
I love the rivalry.
Yeah, good luck with that, bro. You'll be putting your own neck on the line, too.
Also, there's no such restaurant!
Anyway, thanks for looking after a How, guys. I'll take over from here.
Why, you? Between the two, Kukuku wins the cuteness competition hands down. Really? Thanks! Wait, who are the other contestants, though?
Which one? A How, Kukuku, Aoife, Auron, or Kanich? Because the answer is yes to all of that. Please, 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 please let me do the thing. Please let me do the why. Why? I'm in a realm of eternal torment. I don't like a How. Well, I mean, I like a How, but I don't like a How. I like it when a How suffers. Mainly because they do it for comedic effect. I just did the wrong one. I am so angry with myself. Oh my goodness. I just wasted a bunch of freaking Primus. I'm angry. I'm seething. I'm molding. Like, how is generally the comedic relief? Like, I was once a big bad, but now I'm just a joke. And we will always love him for that. But also, oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Maybe we should go hang around the Palais Mermonia to see if that...
No. Okay, I'm going to force the game to focus. I'm going to try and force the game to focus mode on the story quest, because I'm pretty sure I'll be out of this room by the time it's done. Like, the whole of the last bit of Fontaine cannot take place in that room. I'm 100% certain it can't. Not now. Cancel the navigation. Oh, it won't let me. Fantastic. I hate how they do the quest system. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I'll just get it over with. Oh, because it's still chapter 2, that's why. So I'm not done yet. That's why it won't let me.
Huh, looks like there were quite a few others with the same idea.
Ah, hello, you two.
Have there been any developments? Okay, guess not. Well, the notice was only just posted. Guess it's pretty unlikely that someone would show up right at—
Special Patrol, open up!
Ah! Who's there? What's going on? The Special Patrol?
I don't think that's who this is.
Hey, this isn't the time for silly jokes!
Good day, all. Gramps, grannies, aunts, and uncles.
What in the Tibet are you doing?
Auroron, what the fuck?
Oh, he must be the one you mentioned. Kukuku's owner?
One of his owners. Kind of. But, bro, what are you doing here?
I'm here to claim a lost item.
Is this the person you saw on the boat, Mr. Kinich?
Somehow I highly doubt that. For starters, he just addressed us as Gramps and Grannies. And unless this is the youngest looking middle-aged man in the world, I don't think he's our guy.
Huh. Was there something wrong with my door-knocking etiquette? That's how they do it in all the films.
Auroron is such a himbo.
That's the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol doing their job! Completely different things!
Oh, I see. I figured it was just a polite way of requesting entry, to show the people inside you had something important to discuss.
He's so stupid, I love him.
Sorry about that. I totally goofed that one up. Give me a moment. I'll go back out and try again.
Love this quest.
So, Auroron, you said you were here to claim a lost item. What did you lose?
Yeah, so basically...
For real now? Oh, come on, bro. Auroron, be honest now. Were you the one who lost this?
No, it belongs to a friend.
So it belongs to Aoife?
Of course not. Aoife has his own gun. All right then. I knew this wouldn't go well. So here's what went down. This morning, Aoife and I were playing rock, paper, scissors. Before long, he'd lost, as he usually does. So we figured we'd head out and visit some of the Court of Fontaine's famous landmarks. When we got near the plaza, a man suddenly stopped us to ask for help. He said that he had lost something and that someone had found it and sent it over to the Palais Mermonia. But apparently he used to work here and was worried it'd be awkward bumping into his old coworkers, so he asked us to pretend to be the owners and claim it on his behalf.
You didn't manage to keep that pretense up for long.
It's fine. I'm not the one who feels awkward anyway.
So,
I don't think he's capable of feeling awkward.
Of the Palais Mermonia. Was this individual a Fontaine native?
Yes, at least I assume so. He looked like a well-dressed gentleman to me. We were about to refuse, but he was so polite.
Could it have been a disguise?
Oh no. Auroron, Paimon thinks you've been tricked. This person might be in cahoots with the bad guys. Oh, maybe he already took off and escaped as soon as your mission went pear-shaped.
No way. I'm not that dumb.
At least he's aware.
He's not going anywhere. Aoife and Kukuku are keeping an eye on him over at the plaza.
Keeping an eye on him. I like the sound of that.
In that case, let's hurry over to where in time to catch that con man.
Wait a minute, I have a question first. Traveler, Paimon, you're pretty famous in Nat.
Oh, we're basically a household names. But why do you ask?
Would that be a problem?
Remember when I said that the seller might be watching in secret?
If so, then picking Auroron to do their dirty work was a careless mistake on their part.
It suggests that the person who got Auroron to claim the item might not be fully in the know themselves. There are plenty of unanswered questions, but standing around racking our brains, however, I still suggest that the famous faces among us, meaning the Traveler and Kinich, oh, and of course, Monsieur Nivelet too, we'll empty the box, give it to Auroron, and then he can claim the item as if nothing happened. I'll follow to check if anyone is watching. I doubt anyone would recognize me anyway, so I shouldn't draw too much attention.
Yeah, the frickin'... I'm gonna say it, he's a thirst trap. Maybe not.
I think this plan is worth a try. I shall leave it.
But the man is well dressed and good looking.
So I have to go undercover again, right?
Well, not exactly undercover. Just drop the special patrol persona and be yourself instead.
Roger that. Over and out.
Fuck Auroron. Love him. He's so stupid, I love him. Oh, I'm playing as Ryo.
No sign of any suspicious individuals around here.
Do I have to take this path?
Auroron has entered the elevator as planned. I'll head over to the plaza now. Auroron's taking the elevator. I should take a different route to the plaza.
Do you mean jumping? I need to drip my Ryo out. Totally inconspicuous and not at all. Not at all suspicious. Just, you know, jumping in the air and floating down. I will have to get Icarus and try the questing. There's Aoife. I can spot him from a distance. Oh, why is the guy hunched over? That's so terrifying. What is Kukuku doing to him? Kukuku is terrorizing him!
Nothing suspicious going. Strange.
Stop with the pecking! Stop with the pecking! Please, sir, I'm begging you, do me a favor and get this pet of yours under control.
Oh no!
Sorry, but he's not my pet. He's my coworker. And I should warn you, he's not too happy with how you're talking about him.
What the? This thing has a job? So in Natland, they just dish out jobs to any old thing.
Uh-oh. Kukuku's not too big on being called a thing either. You're on your own now.
I'm sorry. Please, Mr. Kukuku. Master Kukuku. Lord Kukuku.
He just keeps increasing the honorific.
Promise.
All right, Kukuku. That'll do for now. Let me ask him some...
Sure thing, bro.
Auroron actually looks pretty serious this time. Was he just pretending to be clueless earlier? Interesting. I think I'll sit back.
You actually got it? Wow, didn't think it would be that easy.
Ah, excellent. Looks like sending you was the right approach after all.
After all?
I mean, because the staff at the Palais Mermonia don't recognize you, right?
So, I got it. But I don't remember promising I'd hand it over.
Huh?
This thing's pretty cool. I've taken a bit of a liking to it.
Please don't do this, my good sir, my master, my lord.
Wow.
My life hangs in the balance.
His life hangs in the balance?
If this means so much to you, what are you gonna offer me in return?
Are you trying to get him to say my life? how'd
Oh,
you
that's
know?
all neat.
Because I watched that film with you.
It's kind of iffy, but when it works, it's a big serotonin hit. We also found out that if you don't own a map and someone else does, you can both still play on the map so long as the person who owns it hosts. Isn't that how most multiplayer games work, though? Like, that's how Abiotic is working. I'm hosting it. Like, technically speaking, I own the map. That's why I'm hosting it, and you guys are able to play.
You should drop the act. We don't want a real misunderstanding in our hands.
You're probably right. But honestly, I don't know what else to say. Sorry, this is the most myself I can be. Is that enough?
Enough. More than enough.
Who's this dude?
Just think of me as a staff member from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, different that's right. You need to be different
If you don't
maps.
mind, I have some questions for this gentleman about that life or death treasure you were just discussing. Truthful answers.
Because you told me about the different maps needing to be bought. I remember now.
Oh no, I'm toast now.
What's that supposed to mean? You don't think the Palais Mermonia has the ability to protect our citizens?
No, I mean, yes, of course they do. Please ask away.
Abiotic is just one solid map.
I could do that. But I'd rather you just tell the whole story from the beginning.
I suppose I only have myself to blame. Such a rare antique, I couldn't resist. I'm a collector of antiques. Nothing excites me more than rare, old relics, and to be completely honest, if someone's selling, I'm buying. I don't care to ask where they sourced their goods. As for the seller of this particular item, well, I've never met him in person. We've had some prior dealings, but always under the cover of coded ads in some shady tabloids. Lost and found notices, missing person ads, that sort of thing.
There are two maps. The New Horizons is 30, and the style is the Sticks. That's Sticks? That's Sticks. Is 20. I mean, the pricing at least isn't like Ark does, where they freaking make you buy a new game every time a map comes out.
As long as I took care to hide a time and place somewhere within the text, then slipped some mora into the envelope before submitting the ad, it would get published. And that was that. No fuss, no trace. Simple, right? Normally, everything goes off without a hitch. This time, I arrive at the pickup spot expecting a discreet in and out, and instead, I find a whole construction crew at work. That was not what we'd agreed, but I couldn't just let
Oh no,
it go,
like,
so
I
reached out
fully
to
understand.
the
I actually
same as
looked at the
usual.
price.
He replied, and do you know what he said? He told me that the item's now in the Palais Mermonia.
The new maps are also interesting and difficult. Increasing in difficulty.
He insisted that it would be inconvenient for him to make an appearance himself, but said that if I could somehow find a way to retrieve it from the Palais, he'd give me a discount on the price. Of course it wasn't the discount that swung it. Do I look like I'm strapped for cash?
Feeling smug now, are we?
Feeling smug now, are we?
But no, like Ark of Survival Evolved when it initially came out was, I think, a $60, $50 game. Then when a new map hit, the map would be a $60 expansion.
Where was I? Well, anyway, I
That's the
thought
same
to
for
myself,
every one of the
seeing as
releases
item
for Ark
itself
Survival
came
Evolved.
from that land, it would make more sense if I could find someone from
After
there to go
it
retrieve
became Ascended,
By a stroke of complete and utter
all the maps
coincidence, I
became
just so happened to see
free,
these two young folks wandering around,
except
so
for the new ones that they are releasing.
I'm so very sorry. I
Like,
underestimated the pair of you.
I need you to clear
Bob's
something
Tall
up for me.
Tales,
You haven't
and a
paid
few
the
other
seller
things,
yet,
but their
correct?
pricing's kind of
And yet he
more
told you to
in
collect
line
the
with
item
what
from the Palais Mermonia.
it seems is going on with
Just
Icarus.
split afterwards?
Well, to be honest, though I can't claim to know him very well, he, on the other hand, seems to know my name and where I live. Besides, this is a guy who managed to get his hands on an ancient Natlanese weapon. That's probably not the kind of person I want to double-cross.
Fair. That makes sense. So, Mr.
Please, just call me Argento.
All right, Mr. Argento. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. It will determine how much of the rest of your life you'll be spending beneath the waves.
What does he mean? Is he gonna drown him just like they do in those gangster films? Oh, I get it. He's talking about that place at the bottom of the Fontanian Sea.
Shh, can it? Owing to your suspected involvement in the illicit trade of Natlanese relics, you're now one of the suspects in an international smuggling case. A trip to the Opera Epiclese seems unavoidable at this stage, but on the bright side, you still have one chance to make things right.
Man has cuffs on his hip.
Okay. Do I really? Please tell me what to do.
It's very simple. Just reach out to your seller in the same way as usual, arrange to meet, bring the money, and make the deal. Just be sure to let me know all the details. I'm talking time, place, the whole lot. If we can catch the other party by doing this, you'll have gone some way toward redeeming yourself. Understand?
Oh, I see. I understand. You shall have my full and unadulterated cooperation.
Good. Don't break the law, and don't even think about making a run for it. The Palais Mermonia will be watching you and ensuring your safety. All right, take the box, but leave your ID and other documents behind. As for you two, protocol dictates that I should take you both back to the Palais and have you sign a confidentiality agreement. But that would take a lot of time and effort.
Such a hassle, bro!
See, Mr. Kukuku knows exactly where I'm coming from. So, I was thinking, since you're all friends of the Traveler...
I understand, sir. We got dragged into this by accident, and it has diddly squat to do with us. And out of respect for the Traveler, we won't say another word.
Oh, I know this part. We better keep our mouths shut, or we'll both be sleeping with the
God's
fishes
blazes,
and a pair of
Aurora.
narrow cement shoes. In that case, I understand completely.
Aurora is so
Not exactly what I was going for, but if that's
I
how
love
you want to
Aurora.
understand it, then be my guest. Then it's
I
settled.
love this child.
Thanks for your
I want to adopt this child. He's so stupid. He's so stupid it makes him adorable.
Boy, am I glad that's over. That's enough work for one day.
Olympus is easy, Styx is normal, and Horizon is hard. Like I said, I do want to try it, and I probably will end up eventually buying the maps myself. I think at most I would stream some of it, but I don't know if I'd make it like a proper series.
It went smoothly, on the whole.
So basically, we hold off until Argento and the other party have set up the next stage of...
Patience will be...
I get that. It's like hunting. I'm just not sure the other party will take the bait so easily.
Well, if he didn't need the money, or if he valued self-preservation over making a profit, he could have walked away as soon as the contraband was brought to the Palais Mermonia. On top of that, although he hasn't shown his face yet, he seems to have no followers or accomplices. And he's relying on an extremely limited set of options to push the deal along. So, if you ask me, he seems like someone who cares a lot about his image and has a somewhat high opinion of himself, but lacks any real ability. I almost get the feeling that if he misses out on this opportunity, he won't have any other way of making money. His every move is like a spin of the roulette wheel, hoping that the ball will land exactly where he wants it to. Or, I don't know. Maybe he'll cut his losses and vanish into thin air, and our efforts will have been in vain. At least Natlan will get the stolen relic back, so it won't have been for nothing.
In that case, let's hope his arrogance stays in play.
Everyone, I have just briefed the Marechaussee Phantom on the situation.
Who?
As soon as there are any further developments, we will act without delay. When that time comes, we will be relying on your help.
We'll be waiting for the good.
Okay, so that's done. Hopefully now I can do the rest of the quest. No, I don't want to. I want to do this. No, wait, I don't want to do this. I want to do this. Oh, right, because I unlocked Fontaine now.
You're here! Finally!
Is something wrong?
Monsieur Neurvalette and Lady Farina, they seem to have gotten into a dispute. Please go see for yourself.
This is about to be fun.
Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses between us. It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not? Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
You mean... they're all...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson. Do you know anything about those?
World Bosses Operation. The game is up to 8-player co-op. World Bosses Operations Quick Missions Workshop provided equipment is also super good. That's fun.
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know anything about that. But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 feature different images that seem to correlate to the prophecy.
The prophecy?
The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
I don't. I've never seen such slates.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon? My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that I know nothing? I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry. I just don't have anything to tell you.
Are you playing a bit? Are you actually Egerius?
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters.
Don't mean to speak it into its praises. There are some performance issues and weird crashes, but it's good. I mean, that's fair. Arc crashed a lot when I was playing it as Ascended. It crashed very rarely as Evolved, but as Ascended, it crashed every time I was flying, which is kind of one of the main ways to get around, so, you know, fantastic.
There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
So you've been watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type.
You...
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should know I'm actually working to take care of it. There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. You should be following my lead. Just trust in me. You're Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. It'll all turn out fine. That's all I have to say. We do not Oh! The opera's about to start. Toodles!
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her. She was smiling. She didn't seem in the mood to care if we were listening in or not.
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
seems Farina didn't even realize we were here.
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time and again, a state of affairs that we cannot allow to continue. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the basis for understanding, so why did she keep refusing to engage? Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her attitude. I fear that she will not reveal anything unless absolutely forced to. We may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
Oh? Like what?
A theater.
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the Hydro Archon experience just such a scenario.
But Farina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do we make sure that she won't just slip away at the first chance she gets?
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties, and then do what we can. If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must prevent the prophecy from coming to pass. This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The information a god possesses is too precious, and so we must take a chance on this. But who will lend us their aid to do such a thing?
Oh no! Are we gonna fucking get Arle in on this? Because that's gonna be torture.
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people. That naturally makes it the best choice.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
That's what families should do. Sit and enjoy a leisurely time together.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Me? No, I don't think...
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last. I guess I'll be facilitating things from here.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something. As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create
Oh? How intriguing.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Chlorand. And you
Chlorine.
on the spot. So, let's invite her to explain in detail. A round of applause, please.
Huh? Didn't you say that you would be facilitating this?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice. You might even pick up some fancy oratory tricks to impress your boss with in the future.
I see.
I don't like the implications of that. I mean, I do, but I don't.
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go on.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette, oh, right. You were sick that day, weren't you?
I've also gone diving to catch some fish before. Does that count?
Technically, yes.
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Marechaussee Hunters. Though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus. Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. They even left a unique methodology of hunting in their wake. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait and naturally enter the snare. Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the industry, so you can count on our techniques.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed some magic for the bawling children.
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime. I'm quite the multitasker if I do say so myself.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like placing bait in the water and waiting for the fish to come within reach. That's the kind of method I would count on.
Calm and steady. Exactly the kind of person who would catch loads of fish.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, animals of the same kind will follow them all the way to the trap.
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have any related experience.
That makes sense. You usually solve problems directly, without the use of any such tricks. But I do have one more question for you, Monsieur. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind, as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Wait, why's that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
Also, you run the risk if the creature is cornered.
Are we going hunting together?
If the creature is cornered, you run the risk of it doing some very serious damage to both itself and the things around it.
We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but maybe it's still not the best metaphor.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, being whose seat is an exalted throne.
Oh, so that's what's going on. Sounds very interesting.
I was about to say, was I not there? But I realized, like, that... I thought the boat was Spina del Riso. No, it's Poisson. It's Poisson! This is the wrong character for that!
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? Hyman didn't think the meetings would go on for so long, but everyone seemed... Hyman thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Hyman thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised. Well, it's hard to
No.
say. Hyman doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing.
This is the thing, like, when you have something big coming up, you get nervous and you're worried and you think about all the things that could possibly go wrong. And things don't... Like, it will pass you by. Or, like, the feeling will pass once you start doing it. So don't be afraid to try. Just be wary.
Did you just pour some tea? Hyman didn't notice you doing that at all. What's that? Hyman's never seen that cup before.
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
Who are you and why do you scare me?
Who's that voice?
Have you forgotten me already?
Wait.
Is that Mona?
You are familiar. You're the voice we heard from the sky in Sumeru.
I'm sorry, what?
The voice from the sky, I fear that description is wrong.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, not completely wrong. You're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling previously. I sensed that confusion and thus came to you. Guiding people is an irresistible hobby of mine, after all. Consider me a passerby, just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple on a whim.
Friend's disciple. So, are you related to... Do you have a relation to Mona's teacher?
The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
What?
Mage N.
Then is there any way we
N.
can stop it?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Tevat so easily be changed? Ah, so you've caught on. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners where the god's gaze does not fall? Are the things that you shall see different from the fate that the gods perceive?
What is she talking about? It all sounds really impressive and important and stuff, but it also sounds kind of scary.
I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant, but others you must reach out to change.
Mage N.
Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do
Is there anybody
is to
that
play
we
your
have
part.
heard about with the initial N?
This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that'll be all for today.
The voice. It's gone.
Who is Mage N?
What? I want to hear someone talking. Alright, coming. Hey, it's you who's getting lazy, okay?
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively banter.
Mona!
Fine, just fine. I went to take part in that Steambird panel. It turned out to be more interesting than I expected. Not all Fontanians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come would be wrong, and that they should make their own rescue preparations. I agreed, so we had a brief chat with her.
Did she have pink hair by any chance?
Why, yes, it was Charlotte. I assume you've heard of her, no? That daredevil journalist? I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important, but how can people allow their lives to be commandeered by just a few words?
That's right! Paimon's glad to hear something sensible for once.
Ah, yes. About what we had discussed before. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't reach the old hag. I'll try again tonight, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. Huh? Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon. Most people would believe the gods to be all-knowing, right?
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times. She said that N's sense of direction is incredible, and that she loves guiding those who are lost. But I've never met her, and if she were still alive, she'd be... well, suffice it to say that the hag's at least a few hundred now, and N's been around for longer than that.
That's mildly terrifying.
Whoa. The Hexen and Zirkle sounds like a scary group. But they must really stay in shape to live so long.
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying. If she came to see you personally, then the problem you're facing must truly be of great importance.
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she said.
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but I suspect she means that there is still a way to turn things around. She didn't say when or what that would be, though, so perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now. Traveler?
Oh, we're fine. We're just a little down right now. It kind of feels like the end is coming, you know?
Mood.
I see. I feel that same sense of desperation, too. I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate. So far as I have seen, it cannot be swayed. But even so, I still hope for and believe in miracles. Astrology is eternal and rational, but fate may not be. It is cruel, but it can also be beautiful.
Bend fate to your will.
Perhaps that's what En was trying to tell you. Not to lose heart, and to believe that what you are seeing playing out before you is not yet set in stone. I did originally think of steering clear of all this, but I couldn't. Even if this is all futile, I still wish to help everyone. If we don't struggle to the last, then how can we face the end when it comes?
Also, what about the Fontainians that are outside of Fontaine? I guess the only way it would be able to hit every Fontainian is that it would need to flood to that.
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go, talking about astrological principles again. Sorry about that. The moment I start talking about work-related stuff. I need to get going. It was worth trying to comfort you, even if only a little. I believe that you'll help those who are struggling. I suppose that might be why we always seem to meet by coincidence.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said, but also kind of sad too. Hey, Traveler, Paimon suddenly feels like going outside for a walk. Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by.
Like, whoever set up this freaking prophecy and the trap and the water flooding and the primordial sea and the supposed test for Farina, I hate them.
Huh? Our names are written in this. Let Paimon see! The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Meripede, has continued in its noble autonomy. But that does not mean that others cannot interact with. My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little fruit. Huh. Thus, did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report? A blind adventurer with their white fairy, legends trailing in their wake. It is said that this mysterious traveler... So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery behind closed doors, do not fear, for the tales of the journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet. Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome photos of us and we never even know. She hasn't been able to get a hold of anything at the fortress, so since we're easier to find, she's using us as the subject matter instead? Ugh, seriously? Well, fine. Those headlines and photos do look cool, so Paimon...
As long as she caught our good side. Like, it does feel like we're reaching the end of the story for Fontaine, which I'm liking the pacing. I do kind of wish it was a little bit faster in this last bit, but it's that's my personal preference. It's not going to be for everybody.
Hey, quick! Look! That's the limited edition, only 16 slices a day cake! It was so delicious the last time we tried it, despite...
One slice of cake, please.
Someone showed up after all! Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too? It seems Monsieur Nervalette was right. You really can eat.
Wait, did he really say something like that?
That's right. Even he has his own preferences when it comes to food. As for me, I love the cake and coffee here.
Do you come here often?
I shouldn't be surprised. They're technically not stuffed animals. They're actual creatures. They just look like stuffed animals.
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work. I shall have my cake and coffee.
Then what if someone told you one day that this place would be closing soon, and you wouldn't get to eat cake here anymore? What would you think?
But why would it close?
Well, Paimon doesn't know either, but maybe the waters will rise tomorrow. You know, like in the prophecy.
Oh, the prophecy. To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to that. No, still, even if there'd be no more cake tomorrow, that wouldn't keep me from having some today. No, it's the same for eating in general. You might not be able to eat tomorrow, but if you can do so today, then you should carry on. That's what people call living, you know.
That is insightful.
Huh. Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have 2 more slices of cake to go? These 2 slices are for you. Sijuin said that this kind of expression you're making is what humans call being sad.
Oh, you know Sijuin?
I sure do. She was born before me, and she sometimes comes to the surface to teach us things about humans. She said that humans are creatures that are saddened easily, yes, and you can only lift their spirits by feeding them delicious food. So please try the cakes here.
This is adorable.
To do, so I'll be going now. You two try to stay in a good mood after eating, all right? Bye.
That's so weird. Also, are they affected by the freaking ancient water? That was a she.
All right, let's dig in.
I'm sorry. She sounded like masculine. But you know what? It also fits.
It's more delicious than last time, and the flavor gets even better with a sip of tea. It sure would be nice if we could come again tomorrow.
But no, seriously, like...
Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious food here.
It's so like, I haven't touched on the Millicene. It's so weird. They're living beings, obviously, but like, they're not human, which is interesting. It's almost... I hesitate to say it, but it's like they're alien. Like, it's literally otherworldly creatures coming to live beside humans. And they have to learn the difference between what's normal for them and what's normal for humans. It's so weird. And I love it.
Oh, we're near the Steambird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
Corpus freaking blazes. Shut up. I'm mashing my way through this freaking world quest. I don't care what's going on. I want it done so I can get it out of my way so I can continue the damn... Oh. Shut up. I apologize for my anger. Oh, I just saw the steam pelican. I love it.
If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Oh, have you seen the article I wrote?
Ha! You've got some nerve. You just used us to make some quick mora.
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I heard that you were in Poisson some time back, so I sent you a letter to discuss just that. It's all right, though. I've set aside the amount intended for you. I've even set the table with some...
Really?
You're almost a little too easy to win over, Paimon. If I were a journalist with ulterior motives, you'd be in trouble now, you know.
Oh, Paimon knows you're not like this.
Still, what brings you here all of a sudden?
A friend of ours met you a while back, and when she mentioned it, we thought of coming to see...
Ah, so you know Miss Mona as well. She's a guest columnist for our paper. Really good one, too. She's so young and already such a brilliant astrologist. So she mentioned me?
What is... She said that you're a real daredevil of a journalist.
Nice. In which case, can this daredevil journalist dare to request an
Huh? So you're article in the paper today doesn't count?
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography. What I'd like to do is dive deeper and ask you to talk about the things you've seen.
I don't think I could ever be a journalist.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to ask questions enough.
Why not? If I say you're worth an interview, then you're worth it. But not right now, of course. I'll need a few days to prepare.
Oh, in that case, we'll just chat when you have the time then?
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor-in-chief immediately. I'll have to apply for lighting. Oh, so much to get done now. Talk to you.
Wait, Charlotte, Paimon's still got a question for you.
And what's that?
If, just for example, Fontaine were to be flooded tomorrow, what would you do today?
Huh. That's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it? I mean, I do hear about it often, but I've never once thought that the day could be tomorrow. If you're seriously asking, then I might try and think of a way to leave Fontaine. Oh, but I'm still a journalist first and foremost. That means I have a duty to be reporting from the scene. And secondly, I wouldn't forsake my homeland that easily. From what I've seen, most people don't know what they'd do should the worst come to pass. In truth, it might be better just to behave like normal rather than worry over such an end. So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours. I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit sad, but I've always believed that it's best just think about it. If this nation really were to be suddenly destroyed tomorrow, but I still successfully finish an exclusive interview with a truly unique person, then the story I would wind up writing would truly be timeless. And then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write that story, send it for printing, and use messenger pigeons to get copies out to the various nations as soon as possible. I'm not a dreamer, nor am I a workaholic, but I do love my job, and I'd be proud of leaving such an article behind. I guess you could say that I was born to be a journalist, but anyway, that's my answer. And on that note, I'll get back to my preparations.
That's so nice. All of a sudden, Paimon actually kinda envies her.
There's also the issue of the fact that Paimon's viewing it from a different point of view as well, because technically speaking, Paimon's unaffected by the waters that we're aware of. So literally our character, Paimon, and Farina, and Nouvelette would be left over if the end of the world happened. So, like, Paimon's worrying about the aftermath as all those people disappearing. And I think that's why she's asking these questions like, what would you do today if tomorrow never came? And the issue is you can't live like that. You really can't. One of my favorite sayings to tell myself is to hope for the best but prepare for the worst. But there's a little bit of a deeper meaning behind it. You have to be prepared to face the worst. You shouldn't plan for the worst, if that makes sense. You should always try and keep that in the back of your mind, but focus on what's in front of you now. If you focus too much on what could happen in the future, you lose sight of the present. So it's very important to me to hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Be ready for the worst. Sometimes that requires planning. Sometimes that requires just putting your hands up and saying, I've done the best I can.
Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we?
And it's just, you bog yourself down when you do that.
Pretty soothing. Paimon's been thinking, if it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Tevat that would be destroyed tomorrow, where would we go and what would we do? No, Paimon should ask, if you could choose, what would you like to do? We've always been moving to the next destination, so we haven't spent much time thinking about these kinds of things. We didn't have to either, with us always being on the road and whatnot. You mean, still traveling? Huh. Wait, isn't that what we've always been doing?
Yes, that's the thing. You need to live in the present. You cannot live in the past. You cannot live in the future. You have to live in the present. So why not enjoy it? Like, that's the thing. You cannot live in the past. You cannot live in the future. You have to live
You'll grow mold if you stay here.
in the here and now. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy either. You can enjoy all three in their own right.
But it's still better than the Fortress of Mirapede, that's for sure. It's not only damp there, but salty too.
Ah, so the two of you are still here. Wonderful.
Oh, you're from the Palais Mermoni.
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Nervillat sent me to look for you two before. I heard that afterward you went to the Fortress of Meropide. Not at all. I'm well aware that you're friends of his. Actually, I'm here to pass along a message from him. Yes, inside the Opera House. The Maréchaussée Phantom has declared the incident a small-scale riot.
What?
A riot?
Well, that said, I don't personally... Lady Farina was watching a performance at the Opera House, and while she was resting during an intermission, some other audience members suddenly started harassing her, loudly accusing her of doing nothing about it. And before she could respond, others started to join in. The crowd continued to grow and protest against the Hydro Archons.
So people have started to put the blame on Farina. Guess they finally found an outlet for the pressure they've been under due to the prophecy.
I agree. People will naturally rely on gods, as is customary. But the moment people feel threatened, gods are also the first to be blamed.
So what happened after that?
Gee, it's almost like being a good worker at any corporation.
Seeing that the situation was spiraling out of control and that further argument was pointless, she claimed that she'd gotten... The Maréchaussée Phantom had their hands full maintaining order and did not catch where Lady Farina had gone. Only when things had stabilized did we realize that she had gone.
So, you mean
That's right. The Maréchaussée has dispatched many people to search for her. That said, I don't think there's much to worry about. She is a god, after all.
Did she go to the ruins?
If she were to fall into the hands of rioters, what could ordinary... Good. Monsieur Nervillat sent me to tell you about...
Don't worry. This is more than enough to go on.
Ah, is that so? Well, all right then. In that case, you two take care. I'll be heading back to the Palais now.
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then. If we know Farina, she won't try to fix things in this situation. Instead, she'll look for a place to wait out the heat. And, as we also know, she may be loud and dramatic, but she doesn't have a heart of stone. When Nervillet was talking to her in the Palais Mermonia, and she heard about Poisson, she couldn't hide her sadness and remorse. It would be hard for her to ignore being accused by the public today. Hyman thinks Farina's probably taken the opportunity to slip away to Poisson and try to relieve the sense of guilt that she's feeling.
So why go to a place where you technically failed? Not saying that she technically failed, but like, would not going to a place where a massive amount of tragedy happened due to an event that you've been trying to prevent, wouldn't you feel that that is technically a failure?
In that case, there's not a moment to lose.
Like, I don't know. Maybe she's going there to kind of like ease the guilt. Try and convince herself that it wasn't
This place looks deserted.
her fault. Yes, it looks deserted as Vincenzo here stands around, stares at us menacingly. Okay, Jing is now level 90. I really should have waited for the talking to finish, but I didn't because I'm smart. Whee! Floosh. I really hope Zilo didn't die there. Shiloh.
That's Farina, right over there. She really is here all on her own.
Should I just give up? This is all meaningless. What was meant to happen did happen after all. Everyone's dead. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Give up, Farina. There's no point in holding out.
Ew.
I'm sorry, but what can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies over and over? Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina. It's just us.
you, blonde traveler from another land. Why, I almost thought you were someone from that mob of my ignorant subjects. Come to kneel and beg for my forgiveness.
Farina, you were crying just now, weren't you? The tear stains on your face are obvious.
What do you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember. The show at the Opera House earlier this morning was so moving.
Why are you trying to put on such a facade?
Who did that uncivilized rabble think they were? Disturbing my enjoyment of the arts. They even dare to tout their Archon. I must teach them a lesson. I can just imagine their twisted and frustrated faces once they realize that I'm nowhere to be found. Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette and those people from the Marsh Chaussee Phantom are freaking out right next to them too. Of course not.
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are? They're just some rabid fans who want to cut the line because they haven't been able to meet me in person, aren't they? That's against the rules. I can't let them get their way.
Farina just ran off. Quick, we have to catch up with...
See, part of her issue is that she keeps on putting on this facade, and it's starting to, like, wear on her. And I feel so bad. Paimon, you stick out like a sore thumb. Why are you the one keeping lookout?
This should be the place, right? Hey, Farina! There's a good hiding spot over here. Quick, come to Paimon before the rest of them catch up.
What is this place?
Hurry, they're almost here!
Fine. I suppose haste is warranted.
Was this all part of the setup? Oh, Sheila died. Damn.
Paimon's exhausted.
I'm so tired. I totally thought they had caught me. No, I mean, I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they displayed.
You were right. Yep, that's a good girl.
What's happening? The ground's shaking.
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
Is this a setup?
It can't be. It's happening again.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Nouvellette's made some emergency plans, so the evacuation should go a lot smoother this time.
Yeah, I hope you're right. But the people of Poisson, they've already... It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years.
This is her real voice, and I absolutely adore it.
I once had informants all over Tevat, searching for clues and feeding information back to me. I've tried all kinds of ways, too, to hold back the sea. Anything to keep the coastline from advancing. But all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. Really, the truth has been clear to me for a very long time. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way, and the prophecy shall be fulfilled.
I hate the heavenly principles even more now.
Give up.
How's my day been?
I do love the sound of that phrase.
My day has been absolute freaking hot.
But also, for me to finally be free.
It has been 81, humid as hell, limited cloud cover, but no wind whatsoever. So I have been suffering from the heat, and I had to do orders today, which was fantastic. Yeah, other than that, normal stress. Normal stress I've been dealing with recently. Things are calm-ish.
Indeed.
But there's always that underlying
thought
feeling
about
of when
giving
is it
up
happening
so many
again.
times, especially after we almost lost Poisson. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many people have already lost their lives. But just now, it all became clear to me. I still don't have the right to come to terms with fate on behalf of everyone else. As long as the final moment hasn't come, it's still not too late. Don't worry. I will keep hope alive for everyone until the very end. Well, that's enough for now. I got the impulse to play the stricken maiden, but honestly, considering my rank and station, that wasn't a good fit at all.
Bitch, you were much more relatable and enjoyable.
Don't take any of what I just said seriously. How could I possibly let Fontaine fall to the whims of trivial prophecy?
Come on! Paimon could have sworn you were actually being honest just now.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
I hate the heavenly principles, I'll just say that.
A witness. Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here. And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator. If that's the case...